Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite products that I like using. So these are things that I've been using for a while and I really like, and things that work for me. As we all know with makeup, not everything works for everybody. Everyone has different skin types, different preferences. So these are just things that I like based on my skin type and how they work for me. So I didn't really get into makeup until about September of 2016. That's when it was my birthday, so I decided I would splurge a little bit. Went on a little bit of a Sephora binge, we shall say, and I bought a lot of makeup. So it was my first time ever buying like a setting powder, concealer. I never had owned anything like that before. So I bought lots of different products, some higher end things, and I had no idea how to use them. So when I bought that stuff, I really realized how much I loved makeup. Before then, I would literally just use my hands to apply my foundation. I would use my fingers to apply my eyeshadow. So the look was not that great, but it was how I had grown up doing makeup. I didn't really know that there were so many different kinds of brushes and different application methods. So, you know, once I really got into makeup, that's when I realized, like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that you can use. There's so much more than when I first started makeup. And to be honest, I just kind of lost interest with makeup because doing it with my hands and stuff just wasn't, it didn't really look good. So to me, I was kind of like, what's the point of doing it? Now it has definitely turned into a passion of mine. I absolutely love it. I love the creative outlet it gives me. My job right now, it's very serious. Not all the time, but it's pretty serious for the most part. And so I don't really get a chance to have fun and be creative at work. So this is kind of an outlet for me to do that. I think of myself as a very creative person. So for me, eyes, lips, I love doing them. I love trying new looks and playing around, seeing what looks good, what works for me, and I just absolutely love it. First, we're gonna start with, moisturizers. I have not ever really found one that has really been my go-to until I found this. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream. I absolutely love this. The gel cream, if you have oily skin, is a good idea because it doesn't add extra oil to your face. It literally just feels like water. My skin just like sucks it up and it just feels so hydrated. It's insane. You only have to use a tiny bit of product and it goes so far. I would definitely recommend this for sure if you have an oily skin type. Next, after I do my moisturizer, that's usually when I prep my skin. So I do a primer. So for primer, I've really been liking this MAC Prep and Prime, the Fix Plus. I've noticed that when I use this, my face almost gets a little bit tacky, which is great because the foundation sticks to it really well. I love this also for setting my face at the end. And I also use this to sometimes wet my brushes to pick up more product for my eyes. I find that this literally has so many uses. It's perfect and I absolutely love this. Another primer that I like is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This stuff is so amazing. It smells so good. It also, I've noticed since I've started using it, my face is so soft. The only thing I noticed though is that my makeup doesn't look, like it doesn't make my makeup look any better, if that makes sense. I just noticed though that it's really great for my skin, so I more so love it for that aspect. So I usually will use this and then I spray the Prep and Prime over it. But I absolutely love this. It has really great benefits for the skin and just makes it look luminous and it just feels amazing. Another primer I've really been loving is a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the pore minimizing one. I absolutely love this. It's oil free, so it doesn't add any extra oil to my T-zone. That's where I use it, just on my nose and then kind of over here where I get a little extra oil. It fills in the pores so they're not noticeable. It's just a really nice primer. After the primer, that's typically when I do my foundation, obviously. So I have two foundations that I use all of the time. The first one is the Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless. It seriously feels like you're not wearing anything. It's so lightweight. It has like a medium coverage, but you could build it up to full coverage if you wanted. I love this. You do one layer, you're good to go, and your face looks matte and perfect. The other foundation that I love is the Smashbox Studio Skin. This is the first foundation that I bought that was more like high end. The color is great. It doesn't oxidize that much, which is awesome. I'm actually wearing it today. It just feels very lightweight. It's not sticky. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it. So after my foundation, that's typically when I put on my concealer. So for concealer, I really love the Urban Decay Naked Skin. It's super creamy. It's not real thick. It says it's full coverage, but I wouldn't say that it's really full coverage. I would say, again, it's kind of like a medium coverage. The other one is the cult favorite, the Tarte Shape Tape. It is extremely full coverage. This one for me is a little bit harder to blend out, but overall, it does look very nice on the skin, and it will literally hide anything that you need to hide. So if you got to get rid of those bags, you're tired, got those dark circles, this will be your ticket to looking very fresh face. After I do my concealer, then I set my face. So the only setting powder I'm really using right now is the Maybelline MasterFix, the translucent powder. I absolutely love this. My eyes sometimes tend to look a little bit crepey under, if that makes sense. They look like crepe paper. It's kind of weird because it's very dry. But I found that with this powder, that doesn't really happen. And it just holds everything in place all day long. After I set my face, that's typically when I like to do my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I use this in shade Ebony, and then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in shade Granite. They last all day. They stay in place. Of course, I'm much more conscientious of when I'm wearing this, so I'm not touching my brow, and if I am, I'm not like smearing it because I know I have stuff on it. They do the trick and they just look great. My eyes have kind of like a purplish hue to them. You know, it's like real attractive. But so I use the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly usually as my primer. So I just take a little synthetic brush, I brush it all over my eyelid, and I also use it to kind of clean up underneath my eyebrow to kind of give it a more defined look. And then after I use this, then I use the MasterFix by Maybelline, and I set that powder in place. I would definitely recommend this as a primer over, I've had some other ones, like I've used the Urban Decay Potion Primer, and I've used a couple other ones, and they always feel so oily on the skin, and I already have oily eyelids, so for me it just always felt like really gross to have it on my eyes. So this, I don't feel like this, and I absolutely love this. So now on to the funnest part ever. I feel like the eyes are the focal point of the face. It's where everyone's looking. When you talk to someone, you look them in the eye. So to me, that is my absolute favorite part of doing makeup, is the eye, because you can create so many different looks. Like literally the possibilities are endless. I really love the Stila, what are these called? The Stila Magnificent Metals. They come in a variety of colors. I absolutely love this white one though, which is Diamond Dust. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful, so glittery. There are just so many different color reflects in it. Basically has a rainbow reflect, but it's just absolutely stunning. I love this. It's so easy to use. It goes on so smoothly, stays in place. It's absolutely perfect. I love them. Some more eyeshadows that I love are the ColourPop, the single shadows that they have. I really love their Super Shock shadows. I love the formula of them. They're very creamy. They're not a cream product, but they feel very creamy. They're very smooth and super pigmented. Like, see, just two little swatches in it. I mean, they're absolutely stunning. I really love these two because they have glitter in them, which you can tell I love glitter. So that was in the shade Coconut. This one is in the shade Slave to Pink. And I mean, like, seriously, it's insane. And they're so pigmented. Clean those swatches up. Oh, shoot. Yeah, glittery mess tomorrow. For beginners, I always recommend these palettes. That would be the Morphe palettes. I absolutely love these palettes. They're very inexpensive. They range between, I think, about $20 to $22 a piece, but you get 35 shadows. So to me, to get 35 shadows for $22, that's a steal. That's a lot of product that you're getting for not much price. Granted, some of them are much more pigmented than others. Some of the shadows just don't have a lot of color payoff, but then there are some that are absolutely fantastic. Another palette that I just recently, not discovered, I've known about this palette for a long time, but I finally was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it. I have never heard anyone say anything bad about this palette. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Modern Renaissance palette. and the colors in here are stunning. My favorite colors are the Venetian Red and the Love Letter. They're such a true red kind of cranberry color. They're so beautiful. When I first got this, I was obsessed. I was using it all the time. It's very versatile. You can create many different looks with it, and they're very easy to blend, very easy to work with. The last eyeshadow palette I'm going to be talking about is a Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. A lot of his products I absolutely love, but this palette is just great. There are so many different colors. When I first got it, I wasn't too excited about it because I was kind of like, when am I going to use these colors? I use this color Safe Word, which is this nice taupe shade, as my transition color almost every single day. It's a little out of control, but I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. After eyeshadow, then it's on to eyeliner, or a winged liner. I really love this Tarte Double Take liner. The pigmentation is awesome. If you ever do a winged liner, you know that you do not want to have to keep going over and over and over the same part, because that literally just leaves so much room for error and mistakes. So this, I love, one swipe, it's pigmented. I can just finish it off. We're done, good to go. For my waterline, I absolutely love the ColourPop cream gel liners. These stay in the eyes like almost all day. My puppy is currently having some dreams right now. So I do not use false lashes. My own lashes are actually, they're long and they're curled, so I'm very blessed to have lashes like that. I've tried using fake lashes. They just never, they don't want to stay on my eyes. Could be because of the oil or because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But you know, either way, I would prefer to just stick with the mascara. I really love the Benefit Roller Lash. This is the first mascara I've used that really separates my lashes, kind of elongates them, which is fantastic. And especially on the lower lash line, I always have had issues with mascaras kind of like running in this area. Like I can remember every time I would go to the bathroom, there would be mascara under my eyes. It was so frustrating. So this is the first mascara I've ever used that has not done that. I absolutely love this. Use it every single time I do my makeup and hasn't let me down yet. So after the eyes are done, then I like to go in with the bronzer. So for bronzer, I really don't use that many. I use the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I used it today to try to contour. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I love to use this on my cheeks, right below, you know, to create that cheekbone look, on my forehead, my jawline, and then to contour my nose. I do have an Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette that I need to start experimenting with more, because it literally right now just sits in my bin. I have used it twice, and by used, I mean tried to use it. Failed horribly, and I have given up on that. So after I do the bronzing, the contouring, whatever you want to call it, then I use my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush. These two colors are absolutely stunning. In the pan, this one looks so dark in the pan. This is the one I have on today, and it's actually like a very subtle color. It just looks like a very subtle flush to the skin. I'm also a person that I kind of like, I get red throughout the day just from like everything going on in life. So for me, I don't really need a whole lot of blush. After I do my blush, then I move on to the highlighter, which is one of the best parts. I'm really loving this Wet n Wild highlighting powder. I got it a couple weeks ago. It's very pigmented. It's very beautiful. It's kind of this peachy shade. It's very shimmery, which I love. I actually have it on today. You can see it a little bit right there. But I love this. They're very pigmented and they're very easy to work with, and they're cheap, which is awesome. Another highlighter I love is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the Skin Frost. I love Peach Goddess. This color has a lot of reflect in it. It's very beautiful. Again, it works very well with my skin tone. With my skin tone, I like to use a lot of the peachy kind of, I don't want to say bronzy, but just the peachy tones, because my skin with my olive skin tone, they just look, I think they look really nice. So again, this is another one, and you get a lot of product in this. I mean, compared to the Wet n Wild one, there is so much product in here. I absolutely love it. After highlighter, then we move on to lips. So lips are the last part of the step before we are setting it. So for me, lips, you wouldn't be able to tell today. But I generally really like a nude, like a pink, mauve-y, nude colored lip. I like to keep the attention on my eyes and not my lips, because my lips, I'm still learning how to do them. And They're kind of difficult. So for me, I like to use nudes because it doesn't draw any attention to any imperfections, unlike, let's say, this blue lipstick. For me, I really love this ColourPop. It's their Ultra Matte Lip in Midi. It's a very beautiful, it's just a light pink. Please excuse the glitter. It dries beautifully down. This other color that I like is the Tarte. It's their Tarteist Lip Paint. This is in the color Festival with a darker mauve pink. It's still very beautiful. They dry down very matte. For me, I love to use liquid lipsticks because they stay on all day and I very rarely have to reapply. This one by Jeffree Star, it's Masochist. Oh my god, it's absolutely stunning. This is my favorite shade of his. Please excuse my rude dog. She has no manners. So this one also dries down. It's a very beautiful, bright, pinky red color. So then after the lips, that's when I like to set. So again, I do use the MAC Prep and Prime to set. I also really love using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This stuff is amazing. I absolutely love it. I've been using this since September when I first bought it. Obviously, this is like my 4th or 5th one. I love this stuff. It smells great. It keeps my makeup on all day, and that's really that's all I care about. I just want my makeup to look semi-decent by the end of the day, because most days I put it on at 7 in the morning and I don't take it off till about 10 o'clock at night. So it needs to look good, and this helps it do that. So then at the end of the day, the last step is taking off the makeup. So for me, I really love this Garnier Skin Active. It's the micellar water. I don't know how you say that, micellar water. I absolutely love this. I just put it on a cotton round and it takes off all my makeup like that. I barely have to put any effort in and it works amazingly. Okay everyone, so that's the end of our video. I hope you liked learning about some of my favorite products, and again, these are products that work for me. They may not work for you, but they worked for me and that's why I love them. I will not be making a video for 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation to Europe where I'm not going to have access to a computer or a camera, so I'm not going to be able to make videos, but I will be posting a video when I get back. My goal is to do some sort of vlogging on hopefully my phone. We'll see how that works. But yeah, so if you like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave some comments below on things that you would like to see me try. I'm always up for trying new products. Sometimes I don't know where to start because there are so many products on the market. It's like, how do you pick and choose which ones to try? And I don't want to be trying the same products that everyone else is trying because that gets real boring. So if you have any products that you want me to try out that maybe you've thought about trying, you want to see how it works, just leave a comment below, let me know, and I will definitely try my best to do that. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!